everyone, come on in because we are here for another Car Talk video. Woo-woo. Welcome everybody out there in the chat. How are y'all doing? So glad you guys could join the premiere of this video. Hopefully the chat will be on fire and you guys will have a lot to talk about. So I'm glad we got this new thing going with the premiere video, and then I can come back later and read all y'all's comments. But anyway, today's Car Talk video is gonna be about Alexis versus Rina, and really not about who they are as people. To be honest with you, it's really gonna be about the different dating styles they have. These two ladies have two completely different dating styles, and I don't mean like maybe down the road dating, but I mean like initial conversations dating. I didn't want this video to be about, did Alexis do wrong by telling the guys what the lady said in the lounge. We done debated that up and down, round the block, sideways, backwards, and forwards. We've debated that. That to me is no longer what I want to talk about. But what I do want to talk about is I want to talk about these different dating styles, okay? Because most of my videos are about dating. My videos are not about friendships. So the only thing I want to talk about is the dating styles of Alexis versus Rina's, and who do you think has the best dating style? Okay, forget about who you like as a person. Do you like Rina? Do you like Alexis? I hate Alexis. I like Rina. I don't like Rina. I like Alexis. Forget all that, because one thing I've always said, what I try to open people's minds up is listening to alternative points of views, opening your mind up to looking at how people do things differently, because I hold firm to my belief that you can learn something from everybody. Even people that you may not like, you can learn from them. And to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you right now what I think. I think that Rina can learn a lot from Alexis' dating style. And I think Alexis can learn a lot from Rina about getting along with women. I absolutely do. But what I want to do right now is there were two clips on the OWN TV YouTube channel. One of them is replaying the video or the date with Chaz, okay? And then another one is like an extended version of the date with Rina and Jonathan and Will, because they didn't actually show the full interaction with Rina on the date with Jonathan and Will. So I want to talk about some other parts that came out on that date. But first, let's go ahead and play the date with Alexis and Chaz. And I want you guys to pay really close attention to Alexis' dating style. And then we'll come back and then I'll play the other video with Rina and Will and Jonathan. Okay, let's go ahead and watch the video clip.
I decided to bring Chaz out on a little one-on-one date. I'm really excited because I want to dig a little deeper.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing?
How are you?
Good.
It's so good to see
Great
you.
to see you.
You smell amazing too.
Oh, thank you.
The physical attraction is definitely there, but he's kind of an enigma. A lot of the ladies are making connections with him right now. So I want to see exactly how strong is his connection to me. What did you order? Anything?
Got a martini today.
Okay.
I like celebrating.
All right.
When I saw you, I was like, okay, been waiting for this, so let's see.
Well, I'm glad that you could come out. I've been wanting to get a one-on-one with you.
I've been waiting a long time to have a date with Alexis. I love how she was put together, her hair, the halter top. So I just want to sit down and understand the woman that she is.
How do you feel about the person that went home and everything?
I actually felt bad about Hoshea going home. She had just had a moment where she was like being vulnerable and crying.
So to be quite honest, it didn't bother me that she left. That's the way the cookie crumbles. You know what I mean? You get what you get.
Did something happen?
During our ladies' lounge, our conversation got extremely heated.
You starting to back up, Alexis. You starting to back up. Let's bring it down. She gonna have a problem. Because if she want it, she can get it.
Is that what you want?
Calm down, baby.
Are you okay after that incident?
I'm fine. Just our personalities clash.
Yeah, there's a lot that's been unfolding.
A lot more is going to happen too, I'm assuming.
Not between us, though.
I hope not.
No, we're going to be straight.
We're going to be good.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to let any of that stop me from continuing to really, truly immerse myself in this. You know what I mean?
So you should have hollered at me. I would have,
I should have, offered help.
Yeah, I just got to be on the watch out for when you need protecting.
Chaz and I share a lot of the same core values. I like a man that wants to be a protector. So I like to know, what are your non-negotiables?
Cheating is a non-negotiable. I'm not going to do that.
For me, same thing. Loyalty is probably the biggest one.
Alexis and I have a lot of shared values and interests. And like physically, we look good together. I feel like you're one of my connections.
Yeah, it's natural.
You know, like, you're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Southern Belle. Like, from the first time I saw you, I wanted to get to you.
Really?
I was just going to shoot my shot harder. That's all.
I won't know unless you chase me, right?
There you go.
A little bit.
I like that.
As long as you're calling.
So I'll call you as mine.
Oh, all right. We could do that.
I don't want to wait. I want you right now. You should take a chance. Come and find out.
You can cut this romantic tension with a knife.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. We have a lot of chemistry. So I'm thinking we're gonna kiss. But I think Chaz is such a gentleman. That might be a little too rare. I'm really glad that we were able to connect.
We got to do this again.
Whatever you decide and whenever you decide, we can go wherever you want to go.
Right now, you should take a chance. Come and find out.
Thank you for calling.
I would have loved to kiss Alexis, but I have a lot of connections. I ain't going around kissing all the ladies.
I hope we'll do it again soon.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is going to be tough.
Okay, so there you have, and you got a chance to see Alexis's dating style. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video of Rashina with Will and Jonathan. Let's take a look at that one.
So that's just the only thing you would say? What is a couple of more?
Couple more emotionally stable. When I look at a woman, I'm the financial provider, I'm not looking for the finance piece, more on the emotional piece, right?
Okay.
That's super important. It's having that relationship with God, being able to have a prayer life, being emotionally stable, so that when we go through things in our relationship, you know, how are you processing that, right? Are you the type of person that runs away from conflict, or do you handle conflict in a healthy, efficient, and mature manner?
Come on now.
That's super important to me too.
That's what's up. That's good. I like that now.
Yeah.
That's right. Will basically states in his non-negotiables, he doesn't want anyone that's going to be bringing the drama or just being, messy and just not being there for her partner. Of course, God being the head of everything. So I agree with Will on those two things. Yes, I do. For me, a liar. I don't want anyone that's going to lie to me. You got to be able to be straight with it across the board. I'm not going to lie to you. Don't just come out the gate lying to me. One lie, you got to keep up with the next and keep it up. And it just does never turn out good. So it goes into the next, which would be trust. I don't want to be like, I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to know that you got my back, I got yours, and we're not in this, sneak stuff type deal,
Being with one person only. Nah, if you get a little freaky, you might want to, hey, babe, I was thinking that, but I did not know how you was going to feel.
No, that is non-negotiable for me. We ain't having no threesomes because I'm the only character.
Okay.
Don't play with me. I got multiple wigs.
I'll be right back.
Every day you got a new hairstyle.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got
what
more
you think
nice.
about my switch-ups?
I like the bob. This bob looks really nice on you.
Thank you.
It's giving
This works for you, your
Marilyn
head,
Monroe.
your everything.
Thank you, Marilyn Monroe. I like Marilyn now.
Okay.
She's a beauty icon. But no, I always wonder about that in relationships, especially starting off new with a guy, because I am in the beauty industry. So I wear the fake nails, the lashes. I mean, some guys are really not for that. That's a non-negotiable for some people. They want natural.
They just want natural.
And nothing knocking my natural ladies. It's just, I'm that girly girl that loves all things beauty. So I just want my man to be accepting of that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because I can go natural too. I don't wear this every day, all the time. 95% of the time, literally at work, no makeup, no lashes. I do have a wig on my head now, but it ain't all super cute all the time. That 5%, I'm turning into your Barbie doll. I do wear the extensions, makeup, nails, all things beauty, you know. So it always kind of worries me how they're going to take on that. But when my man says he wants me natural, I don't have a problem with being natural. Oh, you want natural today, but you want Beyonce tomorrow? I got you. That's not a problem at all.
The whole dump every single day, that can be irritating.
That can be irritating. Okay.
It's like, do you have to do this every day? Yeah, we just going to the store, baby. Right back.
Because I know there's some women that can't go without no makeup.
Yeah, I know a lot of people.
They can't walk out the house without it.
I'm like, baby, you ain't gotta put on makeup to go to sleep. Like, I dated some women that they go to sleep with makeup. Makeup everywhere on your pillow.
We taking that makeup. You know what I'm saying? That's not good for the skin. But you're okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
With the switch
They don't bother me at all.
Okay.
No.
And then, what did I say? What else? It's a non-negotiable for me.
Okay, so there you have it. There you have it. Now, has it already, anything jumped out at y'all already just watching the two different dating styles between the two different ladies? And like I said, please, I hope we can dispel what we think of Jonathan. I hope we can dispel what we think of Will. I hope we can dispel everything. But I really want you guys just to concentrate on the two techniques of the two ladies. And I want to talk about the two techniques. The first thing I want to talk about is, we all know that this week the task was non-negotiables. What are your non-negotiables? Okay. So in the video with Alexis and Chaz, they started talking about non-negotiables. When Chaz asked Alexis what was her non-negotiable, Alexis said loyalty. Loyalty is one of her non-negotiables. Now, let me tell you why I liked that answer that Alexis gave of non-negotiable being loyalty. First of all, one of the things that I always talk about in dating is you have to know who your audience is. Dating is marketing, okay? I can't market a product. I wouldn't market a product to one person the way I market it to someone else. I have to appeal to my audience. I have to speak the language of my audience so that my audience gets to know who I am, right? So when Alexis said that one of her non-negotiables was loyalty, in effect, what she's also telling her audience, who is Chaz, is that she's a loyal person. She's a loyal person. And when you think of terms of what do men value, what do men value? They value loyalty from a woman. They absolutely value loyalty from men. Let's forget about women valuing loyalty, because we know we value it too. But when you talk about what are one of the top things that men value in women, it's loyalty. I told you that men make a lot of mistakes, period. I've said it over and over again. Men know they make a lot of mistakes. They know this inherently. So when they're out here dating and they're choosing a wife, one of the things that they're really afraid of is that a woman will leave them. I'm telling you right now, one of the biggest concerns from a man is that his wife will leave him. And the reason why he feels that is because he knows he makes a lot of mistakes. Men know they make a lot of mistakes. So one of the things they worry about a lot is about a woman leaving them. Listen, when you think of a dog, what do they say about a dog? A dog is a man's best friend because he's loyal. A dog is a man's best friend because he is loyal. Loyalty is huge for men. So for Alexis to say that one of her non-negotiables is loyalty, what she's essentially telling Chaz is that she's a loyal person. So she hit on one of the biggest concerns that any man might have. It's no different from when you go to a job interview and they start asking you, like, what are some of the skills you have? What are some of your best attributes? And you mention one of your best attributes is the very same attribute that the company is hoping for. It's so wild. It's so very wild that the very attribute you're hoping for is the attribute that the man is looking for. She hit the nail on the head when she started telling Chaz that one of her biggest non-negotiables was loyalty. because she knew that it's something that men value. She appealed to her audience. That's exactly what she did. She appealed to her audience. Now, when you go back and you look at when Rashina had the opportunity to talk about what is her largest non-negotiable, what did Rashina say? Do y'all remember? If you don't remember, go back and play it again. She started talking about liars. Liars. That's what she started harping on. She started harping on lying. That was her biggest thing, lying. And to be honest with you, she brought in so much of her own personal trauma that it started to become revealing about Rashina's history. She went on a whole rampage about, I don't like men who are lying. And when you start lying, then another lie, then another lie, then another lie. She kept going on and on and on about it. After a while, it sounded like a vent session from Rashina. It sounded like Rashina was exposing some of her past trauma and talking about what her non-negotiable was. Rashina was actually speaking to her fears when it came to liars and people who aren't honest. She was more speaking. Ooh, that's my phone come through. Okay. She was more speaking to her own fears when she was talking about loyalty and honesty and maybe some of the things she went through in her own relationships, where Alexis was talking about something more aspirational and something more motivational. One had a negative connotation, right? Liars, cheaters, all this. That's a negative connotation. But Alexis, loyalty, had a positive connotation. You know, because if you notice what Alexis didn't do, she didn't say someone who's disloyal. What's your non-negotiable? Disloyalty. She said, no, loyalty. She kept it in a positive light. Okay? And I keep saying this over and over again, whether you like Alexis or not, Alexis does some things very right when it comes to dating. And people want to call her a pygmesia. People want to call her, she's not a girl's girl. But when you are dating, you are not there to figure out how you get along with girls. When you are dating, you're trying to figure out how to get along with a man. So in this particular moment, in the dating realm, right, your skills need to be geared towards getting along with men, not a girly's girl. Now, I understand that a lot of the difference between Rashina and Alexis could also be because of their professions. I think Alexis is something like some type of like operations specialist or something. So if she's in operations, more than likely she works around a lot of men. We also know that Alexis is a referee, which means she's in a lot of spaces where she has to relate to and get along with men. So she's developed a better skill set. I can tell that already. It may be, and it may not just be because she has it naturally. She's developed it because she's naturally in a space with a lot more men, so she's able to practice it. When you think about Rashina is a hairstylist in a salon. She probably rarely interacts with men, and you can tell because when she is on a date with men, Rashina speaks as if she's talking to women. Her answers are more geared towards women, and they're not geared towards men. So in conversation, Rashina needs to do a better job, to me, at crafting her conversation to be a conversation in which men can relate to. I really do believe that. Like I said, forget about is Alexis a girly girl and does she get along with girls? I'm just talking about in the realm of, can you have men that are interested in you? Men want more than just a woman they can sleep with. Men's ideal wife is a woman that they can hang out with, have fun with, and that they're all so sexually attracted with, and have fire sex with them. That's their ideal girl. Or a girl that they can laugh with, have fun with, or a girl that they can talk to. And then also a woman that they can sleep with and have fire with, that they're sexually attracted to. That's what they want. And if you cannot relate to a man in simple conversation, even on a date, those men don't get the idea that the two of you can be friends later on. That, hey, this is a girl I would love to hang out with and have fun with. They want both. And that's why I say that if you want to improve your dating life, you've got to learn some of these skills, some of these techniques that Alexis has. Whether you like her or not, whether you think she's a girl's girl or not, if you do not have some of these skill sets that Alexis have, you need to get them. You absolutely need to get them. And like I said, Rashina can learn a few things from Alexis. Everybody's got Alexis at the top of their list, and I haven't heard anyone who had Rashina at the top of their list. And I think Rashina is a wonderful person. I think she's a nice person. I would be friends with Rashina. There's nothing about Rashina where I wouldn't feel like I couldn't be friends with Rashina. Nothing at all. But when it comes down to dating, if I have to put Rashina up against Alexis, I'm going to put my money on Alexis all the time. The other part I want to talk about in this video was the one I've been talking about before, this All Things Beauty with Rashina. That might be the name of Rashina's company, All Things Beauty. Somebody Google it, please. Somebody look it up on Instagram, because she says it over and over again. I think she might be advertising her business. That's actually her business name. Somebody told me that down in my comments. I believe them now. First, I thought it was just a phrase she used, but now I'm under the belief that that might be the name of her business. So we're going to plug it here, All Things Beauty Rashina, because I'm all about sending some money some people's ways. But let me tell you this, that conversation that Rashina had with Jonathan and Will about all things beauty and how she's a girl who loves the lashes, loves the nails, loves the hair, loves the makeup, loves all that, right? And then came back and said, but 95% of the time, I don't walk around with any of that on. Are we here again, y'all? Are we here with another person like LaRon, who first told us he was in the club, in the lounge, 6 days out of 7, and says, well, that's only 10% of my life. And I said then why are you presenting the 10% to us all the time? I'm going to say it to Rashina. If you were telling me, Rashina, that you're all things beauty only 5 or 10% of the time, then you need to show that other 90% more often. You need to show that other side, because I don't have any problem with women wearing weaves, wigs, lashes, makeup, nails, hair, whatever. All things beauty. I'm with you, Rashina. But I do not believe it goes over well in dating when you wear it all at one time. Please hear me out. Please hear me out. When you do all those things at one time, lots of men don't know who they're getting, and it makes them uncomfortable. When you wear the hair, the lashes, all the makeup, all this, when you're completely adorned from head to toe fully, men do not trust it. So when Rashina says, well, I'm only like this 5% of the time, the other 95% of the time, I don't wear any makeup. What a man is thinking, well, I want to meet the woman that's the 95%. If you're telling me this is not who you are 95% of the time, then why am I dealing with this 5% person of you, Rashina? It's the same thing I said to LaRon. Why are we presenting the 5% or the 10%? I understand that may be who we present up front first, good impressions, okay. But after a while, we need to be presenting who we are the majority of the time. Because when we're presenting this 5% person or this 10% person, what makes you think a person is comfortable with that, knowing that you just said this is not who you really are? And that is one of the biggest concerns with men, when men see women with everything on at once, all of it. It gets them scared. Even Jonathan, who's the people pleaser. I told y'all he was a people pleaser. Did y'all catch it on this little video clip? When at first Jonathan was with Will and they were talking about, well, we don't really like women that wear a whole lot of everything because we want a woman who's, more natural or whatever else the case may be. And then Rashina started saying, oh, that's good because I need someone who likes all things beauty and this and that. And then all of a sudden, Jonathan was like, oh, I don't have a problem with it. There he goes, switching up to please a woman. Jonathan, just say what you really believe. Stop making up things just so the woman will like you. I mean, we've been talking about pygmishas and calling Alexis a pygmisha. There's a whole lot of men this season who are saying what women want to hear so they can be chosen. Chaz and Jonathan included. They both two peas in a pot. I know a lot of people don't see it about Jonathan, but he really is trying to get picked just like Chaz is trying to get picked. But you know what? He went home because he didn't play the game as well as Chaz. I think balance in dating is so key. It really is. I don't think you can be all Alexis or all Rina. I think balance is such a key because especially when you're dealing with the opposite sex. Okay? And this is why a lot of times people say, well, why are you so hard on women? Why? Because I want women to put more effort into not just understanding who they are. I want women to put more effort into understanding who their audience is. Because when you know your audience, the people that you are marketing to, the people that you're trying to be in relationship with, it will help you learn to relate to them better. You will understand them more. You will understand more of why they have certain thoughts and feelings. As women, we're never going to think completely like a man. A man is never going to think completely like us. But it is the duty of the man to also give consideration to understanding a woman or a wife. And it is also the duty of a woman to understand the thoughts and decisions and mindset of a man. We both have to do our part. And when I see Rina all the way over here on dates, talking about all things beauty and hair and makeup, I'm like, Rina, when are you going to have a conversation that interests men? Why are all your conversations always centered around what interests you, what's best for you? Even when she was on that date with Justin, a lot of Rina's conversation centers around what she wants, what she desires, and she's not intertwining that and weaving that into what a man might want. I mean, if you look at Alexis on her date, did y'all see the part where Alexis tells Chaz, well, whenever you want to go somewhere, wherever you want to go, how you want to go, I will be there. A lot of people would say, oh, that's fake and phony, and that's being like a pygmisha. And I say, well, not necessarily, because you know what? I could tell a man all day, yeah, call me when you get some free time. Call me when you're interested in going out. It doesn't mean that when he calls, I'm going to be available. He may call and I'd be like, oh, I'm glad you called, but on this particular day, I'm busy. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to encourage him to do it. It's two different things. A lot of women think, well, if I tell a guy, hey, you know what, whenever you're ready to go, whenever you're ready to, I will follow you. A lot of women think, well, I'm not going to say that to a man because first I need to know what he's doing. No, you don't. First, you encourage the offer. Once you get the offer, you will still have the choice to decide whether or not you want to go or not. But you don't want to discourage the offer before you even get it. What Alexis does is Alexis encourages the offer. She encourages it. Even when she chose Chaz, when she said something about, what did she say? She said, something about, well, I don't know, you know, something about chasing her or something. About. She encouraged the chase, right? When you hear a lot of women, the way they try to encourage a chase for a man is they tell them, you better chase me, you better do this, you better do that. I'm not going to be chasing you. They give it like it's an order. That's not encouraging. Men do not like to be bossed around. Men don't mind suggestions. Men don't mind subtle nudges. But I'm going to tell you, there's not too many men I know that want to be bossed around by a woman and a woman telling them what to do. It is the biggest turnoff. But men also want to please women. So letting men know what you like is okay because it is a suggestion to a man that if that man is interested in pleasing you, at least he knows what pleases you. But giving a man an order and telling him what to do, let me tell you, that doesn't go over with too many men at all. Very, very few of them. A lot of men want providers, protectors. A lot of women want men to lead. But listen, if you do not give men an indication that you are willing to follow them, they will not even seek to lead you. If your conversation is about bossing around, saying what you're not going to do, how you're not going to do it, when you're not going to do it, they don't even try to lead you. They have to look at you first and say, you know what, is this a woman that if I stepped up and did my thing, will she be a woman that will follow me? Will she follow me wherever I'm going? Or will she be a woman that will reject my leadership? And depending on how you talk to that man initially gives him an indication on if you are a woman that is willing to follow or if you are a woman that always needs to be in the lead. And even in the talk that Rashina talks about where I'm not going to do this, even when it just comes to her beauty, that says, will this woman take into consideration what I also like? Listen, all men don't always like braids. They don't like weaves. They don't like wigs. I got a husband, he has hairstyles that he likes on me, and he has hairstyles that he doesn't like on me, right? Even when y'all know, see, I just took out my braids. When I took out my braids, my husband came in like, oh, I love your hair this way. Your hair looks beautiful this way. You know why? Because I know that the braids are not one of my husband's favorite hairstyles for me. It's just not. But he loves me. He understands that I like wearing them. But I'm also considering the fact that he also likes different styles on me. So yeah, so we have to balance it out. We can't just be about, oh, I want to do things that are always pleasing to me, but they aren't pleasing to my husband. Shoot, if I had it my way, I might put my braids back in sometimes, you know, but I do things because, yeah, I have to balance my needs along with my husband's needs. I want my husband to be attracted to me. I want my husband to want me. I want my husband to desire me, but I also want my husband to allow me to do some things that may be for myself that aren't necessarily for him too. And let me tell you, a lot of these all things beauty, nails, hair, wigs, makeup, eyelashes, a lot of these things are for women. They are not for men. Let's be real about it. A lot of them are for women for themselves. It is not for men. And then a lot of women get so caught up in it, they decide, well, if you don't like it, then you don't need to be with me. Well, then that's fine. That's fine. If you want to disregard your audience, if you want to disregard your customer continually all the time, then that's fine. Then let's not complain if you don't have no customers. And when I talk about customers, I mean offers from men. Don't complain that there are no offers from men if you don't want to consider men and your customers. Men are your customers if you are trying to date. And then later on, after you date, your customer is your husband. Let's be real. When when Alexis was talking to Chaz, one of the things he said to Alexis was, oh, I love your hair. I love your look. I love this. I love your halter top. He was really referencing that he liked that Alexis didn't have on a lot of makeup. She had her hair, all this. But like I said, I don't think, honestly, any one thing is wrong. I don't think that men have an overwhelming problem with wigs or weaves or braids or whatever. But I do believe that when you do it all at once, when you have on so many items at one time, that in dating, it can hold you back. In dating, it can turn off men from approaching you. My suggestion to women who are in the stage of attraction, not women who are married, not people who are in a relationship, because I can go out and put it all on at one time. It ain't a problem because my husband ain't not going to divorce me over it. He's not going to divorce me over it. But when you're in the stage of attraction, I think you have to be very careful with your presentation, that you don't turn off such large portions of the male population. And I think when you wear it all at once, I mean, when I think back to like Ashley, all at once, the hair, the eyes, the lashes, the nose ring, the lip ring, the revealing dress down here with the boobs, the butt, the slit, everything. It's like, let me try every trick of attraction and let me just put it all on at once. Modesty is key. These things, ladies, these beauty things that we have so many things offered to us. You know, I dye my hair. Y'all know I have gray hair. I dye my hair. It's one of the things that I like to do. My husband like, why don't you let your hair grow out? I'm like, no, I don't want my gray. I let my gray grow out for like, as it's growing out now. But then after a while, I get tired of looking at it. I go dye my hair. But I think when we do it all at one time, I think it shuts a lot of men off to us. So I would want women who are in the attraction stage where they're trying to attract, really give some consideration to your presentation. Do you need everything on at once? Do you need the boobs showing, the butt showing, the slit showing, the full makeup, all the eyelashes, all the hair, everything at once, the long nails with everything on it, rings on every finger? Edit, ladies. Edit. Because the more that you edit, the more people you will appeal to, and then those people will come to get to know who you are. Sometimes our outer appearance is a distraction from who we are on the inside. And in the end, that's who you want the man to fall in love with. You want him to fall in love with not just your outer, but also who you are on the inside. And you don't want your outer to be a distraction from who you are on the inside. But when I look at the dating styles of Alexis versus Rashina, hands down, I choose Alexis. Alexis appeals to her audience way more than Rashina does. Rashina presents who she is. Yes, she lets people know who she is and what she likes and what she's about. I get that. But she doesn't show the parts of her personality that makes a man want more of her. Really hear me out. She presents who she is. She presents herself authentically. What she doesn't do is she doesn't present that part of her that makes that man want to know more about her and makes that man feel as if he could have a relationship with her or that they could have something in common. What Alexis concentrates on showing who she is, but also showing those parts of her that also interest men. That is the fundamental difference. Alexis appeals to her audience and Rashina doesn't. And I think Rashina is a wonderful, wonderful person, but I think her marketing of herself is not good. It's not good. I think she needs to have a better marketing of who she is so that she appeals to people, not just liking her for a friend, not just liking her for, oh, Rashina's a cool person. And then also I think she needs to just drop this whole thing about when she was talking about, I want a man who's a liar. Come up with a better answer, Rashina, about your non-negotiables. Don't be taking that on the road, on a date, talking about, I don't want no liar. And then when you tell one lie, it goes into another lie and this and that and this and that. No, that sounds like a lot of trauma coming out. And that does not draw a man nearer to you. That is going to draw a person further away from you because they're going to be looking at you and be like, okay, this is coming from something real. This ain't coming from just a non-negotiable. Is she talking about somebody in specifically? Absolutely she is. Absolutely she is. But anyway, y'all, if you really had to vote, forget about how you feel about Alexis. I know a lot of y'all don't like her. You don't like the way she's been handling ladies. You don't like the way she was pillow talking. You don't like other parts of her. Like I said, I know Alexis is competitive. But right now, here today, all we are talking about are dating styles. I do really want to hear, who do you think has the best dating style between Alexis and Rashina? And tell me what you think about what's good about Alexis's dating style and what's good about Rashina's, and what do you think is bad about Rashina's dating style, and what do you think is bad about Alexis's dating style. But anyway, that's it, y'all. Thanks for listening to me. Thank you for talking with me, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.